Good morning, love warriors. Hope you guys are having a great month of July. Cancer season is in full effect, which is also my birthday month. So my birthday did pass. So today I just wanted to come on and have a little message on how you do one thing is how you do everything. You guys may have heard me say this phrase in other sentences, in other videos, in other videos, or on my show Bursting with Energy. But we're going to specifically connect it to relationships. As you guys know, I'm giving a lot of love warrior relationship advice, and I have now just completed my program, Mastering Emotional and Spiritual Intimacy. So if you are looking to strengthen that relationship with yourself or strengthen that relationship with a partner, then you can always come to me or go on my website, I Just Flow, contact me, and we can start that program with you. So, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Let us start with, so today I don't have an oil of the day. I'm actually burning incense. And so the incense I'm burning is morning meditation. It smells really good, very calming. I have my smoothie. There's pomegranate juice and sea moss in it. There's a lot of other good fruits and vegetables in there. A piece of apple. Really good. I love smoothies in the morning, especially now that I'm not eating till like noon, or I'm practicing not eating till noon. It's actually a technique I learned on for my birthday workshop, which was a breathing workshop with the Iceman. You guys can go check out his page, Ice Theory MTL. And so he taught us some breathing techniques, and he told us not to eat until after the workshop. And when we were about to begin the workshop, it began at 1 p.m. We were all starting to get really hungry, but through the breathing meditations, our hunger was gone, and we were really fully immersed in everything that we were doing, which was creating a dose of alkaline through breath work. It was amazing, guys. It was truly amazing. If you guys want to participate in the next breathing workshop, let me know. I'm supposed to be doing one for September. I am trying to do the ice workshop, so I'll confirm that on my Instagram. Anyways, yeah, that was the sideline. The crystal that I'm working with is Tree Agate. And this is, it turns negative energies into positive energies. It's really beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see how nice it is, how it shines. I love it. And so it instills security and safety. So it helps enhance concentration, enhance analytical abilities, and just to kind of calm any anger, any anxiety, and strengthen relationships. And since we're talking about how you do one thing is how you do everything within the relationship setting, I thought it was the perfect stone to have for this love warrior message. All right. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. Let's jump right into the message, right? And what does that mean? If you look at your habits, if you look at your patterns, if you look at the projects, the ideas, and the things that you've been striving towards, and where your ultimate goal is, and if you look at the excuses, if you look at the obstacles, if you look at the blockages that have prevented you from fully committing to that, then that's what you're going to do in a relationship. Let's take dating, for example. If you're used to dating different people and never fully committing, then you're always and you break up, that's a simulation of a divorce. You have simulated of a divorce. You know what it feels like to separate, to give up, to no longer want to have to deal with what this person in front of you is reflecting back to you. And obviously there are some cases, extreme cases where you have to leave the relationship because it's toxic. But at the same time, in other videos, I will be talking about how what you attract is a reflection of you, and I will be also talking about the four most common factors that you need to talk about before going into a relationship, because this is usually what causes a divorce. Okay. So right now we're going into this message, trying to understand our patterns, trying to understand our thoughts, our behaviors, our excuses, our reasons for giving up. Because if you're doing that in life, if you're doing that in your daily life, if you're doing that with your career, if you're doing that with your health goals, if you're doing that with your financial goals, then you're definitely going to do that with your relationship goals, because your body, your brain has adapted to that kind of response. When things are not going well, you let it go. When things are not going your way, you give up, you turn around, you go back. Whereas what we want to be doing here is creating lasting relationships. We don't want to be giving up on the person in front of us, because there's key things, there's key notes. And I might have asked this on my Instagram. What is the first thing that calls to you when you meet someone? What is the first thing that attracts you? What's the first thing that you're like, that's a dope person. I think I like that about that person. Because that's ultimately going to tell you your brain mechanism that's like, I recognize that. That's what I want to deal with. Now, if it's something superficial, obviously superficiality cannot keep, I don't even know if that's a word, cannot keep the relationship lasting for a long time. It's not sustainable. You need to look for core values. You need to look for something that's more in depth, that calls to you, that inspires you. That's like, I want to keep working towards this because this helps me to my ultimate goal. Now, why do I keep talking about ultimate goal, right? And why did I bring up Triagat, which is improves focus, concentration, and analytical abilities, right? Which helps us calm down and be able to be like, this is my priority. Because as humans, we need a priority. We need a goal. We need a mission. We need a purpose. We need something to look towards so that we keep moving towards that. So we keep walking towards that. We're all walking towards the grave, but how we walk towards the grave is what determines the meaning of our life, right? So if your goal is to find the one, then you're going to fall on anyone, because everyone is the one and only. So it's not a really clear definition to your brain of what you want when looking for someone to spend the rest of your life with. Mastering emotional and spiritual intimacy, you guys create a life vision. And this can be as a couple or as a single person. And then when you do meet someone that you feel like is in alignment with your life vision, you're like, okay, let's work towards that. Now, everybody has flaws. You have flaws. I have flaws. That's the beauty of life. It's that we're imperfect, that we can be humorous with the things that make us have defaults, right? That make us be annoying sometimes, that make us, some things that people don't like, other likes, but another treasures, right? That's what makes the beauty of human life, of the human journey. So there's someone out there that you're going to have to accept with their strengths and with their weaknesses. Now, are you looking to overcome those weaknesses? Are you looking to overcome your weaknesses and work with them to actually reach your goal, reach your purpose, reach your mission, accomplish your legacy, right? Because I'm working with legacy, not liability. And so once you understand what your meaning is, once you understand what your purpose is, once you understand what your goal is in a relationship, then you know what you're willing to take. You know what you're willing to overcome. You know what you're willing to give, so that you can keep this relationship long lasting. So the goal here, the action step here, is to question how you do things. Question how you approach relationships. Question how you approach arguments. Question how you approach different opinions. Because that's going to give you it's going to give you an idea of how you handle people, how you handle confrontation, how you handle happiness, how you handle joy, how you handle passion, how you handle ambition. What's your drive? And I like to use a technique that if you can do this type of drive, passion, purpose at work, then you can have that same drive, passion, purpose in a relationship. What usually stops us from having that same passion, purpose is fear. Fear. So where does your fear come from? Does it come from an experiment that you went through? An experience that you went through? Does it come through an experience that you witnessed someone else come through? Does it come through an experience that your ancestors left imprinted in your DNA? Once you know what your goal is, Once you understand what your goal is, then it's time to uninstall the patterns, the behaviors, the thought process that's preventing you from reaching your goal. You need to question and reflect on and understand so that you can better understand yourself, so you can better understand your relationships, so that you can overcome them and get through those together. So, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So, question everything.